What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Thursday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium. Fun day yesterday. 1-2 day officially, but I hope you made the Arizona Diamondbacks bet at Bet365 as recommended. This is why when I do these videos, I give you the exact book recommendations, because at Bet365 on MLB bets, if your team that you bet on goes up by 5 runs at any point in the game, you win the bet. We bet on the Arizona Diamondbacks at Bet365. They were up 5-0 in the third inning. Bet cashed. Arizona then lost the game. So if you didn't bet it at Bet365, I apologize. But I did specify Bet365, and so we're going to count it because I won the bet. So that's 1-2. We lost both. We bet under on both the Panthers and the Hurricanes, both first period and the game. Florida Panthers, man. They're going to this Stanley Cup Finals. How can you not root for this team that beat the Boston Bruins, beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, beat the Carolina Hurricanes, and they beat the Leafs and the Hurricanes in, 9 games? So as I mentioned yesterday, I'm always a fan of the team that knocked out my favorite team. I want to lose to the champion. Like Paul Maurice, love Matthew Tkachuk, man. What an unbelievable series for him. So I'll be rooting for the Florida Panthers regardless of who they play. It looks like it's probably going to be Vegas. So that should be a fun series. But like I said, officially 1-2. Before we get to today's bets, I do have something exciting to announce. Going to be hosting a little bit of a giveaway that I'm very excited about. If you're watching on YouTube, it's on the screen now. If you're listening to the audio version, let me describe it to you. Going to be giving away $25 in bets to a sportsbook of your choice. You can either use it to bet, make one $25 bet, five $5 bets. I don't care. However you want to do it, I'll be giving away $25 in bets. This contest is going to run until June 8th. I'm going to do a draw on June the 9th, and I will be announcing a winner. This is open to residents of Canada only because it has to be a Canadian sportsbook. So if you're in Canada, no strings attached. I'll send you $25 on June the 9th. You just have to open a sportsbook account and use the bets. It's all up to you. How to enter. If you're on YouTube, if you're a current subscriber, you're already in. You've got 3 entries. Anybody that's subscribed to this channel on June the 8th will have automatically 3 entries. Every time you comment on a video, you will get an additional entry. So if you comment every day between now and June the 8th, you'll have however many entries that is. And on Twitter, if you retweet every day when I post post this video, the Spotify, the Apple link, whenever I post this, if you retweet it, it's automatically 3 entries. And for every like on those tweets or anytime I mention the contest is also 1 entry. So that's how you do it. You do that, you're going to be entered in. June the 9th, I will send you $25 to bet however you like. Okay. Let's get down to it today. We've got 3 bets across 3 sports. We're going to start in the NBA. It's the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Once again, I just don't understand this line. Why they keep making Boston such a massive favorite despite being down 3-1, I don't know. Yes, they just beat Miami by 17 points, but Miami's up 3-1 in this series. They've won by 26, they've won by 6, they've won by 8. Yes, they lost by 17, but I just don't see a way that it's possible that Miami gets dominated once again. I think they are the better basketball team. I think they're the better coached basketball team. Talent-wise, maybe not, but the mental game and the coaching, Miami has the advantage. I'm also going to be betting the Miami Heat on the money line. It's plus 265. Going to be betting that as well. Not officially. That'll be a personal play, but I just don't see how you don't bet that as well. So I think that the Boston Celtics will lose this game. I think Miami advances to the NBA Finals, play the Denver Nuggets tonight. But that said, even if they don't, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be more of a low-scoring game. I think Jimmy Butler has a better game. I think Kyle Lowry has a better game. I think Bam Adebayo has a good game. And can you trust Jason Tatum these days? I don't. Can you trust Joe Mazzulla and their coaching staff? I don't. 8.5 is just too many points for me. I like the Miami Heat. That's plus 8.5 for minus 115 at Betway. Moving to the NHL, I haven't bet well in this round. We were doing very well the first 2 rounds of the NHL, not so good in the conference finals. Whenever I've picked a winner, they've lost in overtime. I had 2 bets yesterday on the totals, lost both of those. Feel free to fade this one as well. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm taking the Dallas Stars to win this game. Yes, I know Jamie Benn, their captain, is out. He's suspended for at least tonight. If the Dallas Stars win this game, he'll be suspended for the next game as well. I'm taking the Dallas Stars here on the money line. Now, this is minus 122. I got that at Sports Interaction. I think you can probably find better odds now. Here's my reasoning. I think the Dallas Stars are a good hockey team. It's hard to sweep in the NHL. I've said this many times. We just saw Florida sweep the Carolina Hurricanes. All of those games were by 1 goal. They could have easily gone the other way. It's hard to do. That said, I understand that Vegas has won 4-0, but previous to that, they'd lost both games in overtime. Those could have gone either way as well. I think without Jamie Benn, without their captain, might actually help Dallas a little bit. They've got nothing to lose at this point. They're not expected to win this series at all. They can just throw it all out there, win this one for the captain, that whole thing. I think Dallas gets one here. I think they probably lose in 5 games when this goes back to Vegas. But I think Ottinger is he's too good of a goalie and has been too good for Dallas in this playoffs and in this season that I think they win 1. It's going to be hard for it, similar to the Boston-Miami series. On the other side, we saw Denver with the sweep, and Miami couldn't close it. I think they maybe win it in 5, maybe 6. I think something similar here. I think Vegas will definitely advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, but Dallas has got to win 1. They're at home. They're going to rally behind the lack of a captain. Give me the Dallas Stars on the money line, minus 122 at Sports Interaction. Last bet of the day, we shift to Major League Baseball. We've got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays. They're playing the 4th game of their 4-game set. Tampa won the first one 6-4, sorry. Toronto blew them out of the water in game 2, 20-1, and lost last night 7-3. Interesting. I don't know who's going to win this game. I kind of lead towards Tampa Bay, but you've got Effin against Manoah. Now, Effin comes into this game 6-1 with a 3.45 ERA. He's been great. Manoah comes into this 1-4 with a 5.15 ERA, but they finally made the switch of putting Danny Jansen behind the plate for Manoah. They've broken up this Kirk-Manoah battery. Thank God. I did not like that at all. I thought it was silly. Danny Jansen calls a better game. Do they stick with that tonight? I hope so. This bet kind of hinges on that. But he finally had a good start his last time out. He went 5 2/3 inning, gave up 2 earned runs, only walked 1. That's important because he'd been averaging 3.3 walks per game. The game against the Yankees, he walked 7. Previous to that against Philly, he'd walked 4. He's had games this year where he's walked 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 7. Only 1 walk the last time out. I think he might be finding his groove a little bit. He hasn't won a game since April 5th. He might not win today, but I actually think it's also a 1:20 p.m. start time. Sorry, 1:10 p.m. start time. It's an early game. I think, the teams, it's a getaway game. It's always a weird thing. This is either going to fly over or it's going to be like a 2-1, 3-2 game. I like Manoah to get it going. Effin's been great for the Rays. Jay's offense has been anemic aside from the 20 runs they scored. It has not been great recently. And you're getting plus money here. It's plus 100 for this to go under. I think they're expecting Manoah to have another bad outing with his ERA of 5.15. At some point, he's got to figure it out or go to the minors. So I'm banking on him to start to figure it out with Jansen behind the plate. So I'm going to take the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Rays under 8.5 for plus 100 at Sports Interaction. That is your card for today, for Thursday. I'm taking the Miami Heat plus 8.5 for minus 115 at Betway. I'm taking the Dallas Stars on the money line, minus 122 at Sports Interaction. Also at Sports Interaction, I'm taking the Blue Jays and the Devil Rays to go under 8.5 for plus 100. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. Remember, those comments on there will get you an extra entry into the giveaway. Follow me on Twitter at Tyler Connie for more picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portions, and your audio is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Have a great Thursday, and let's talk sports.